What if everything they taught you about love was a story for children? In a village where one husband is a blessing, two is a scandal, and three will get you kicked out of the village gate. But one woman stood before the elders and said words no one had ever dared to speak. I am not picking one. I choose three. The elders said she had touch in the head. The women called it a shame. The men called it war. But wait, 5 years later, the same village built a statue in her honor. Why? Was Amara a visionary who changed the game, or was she the start of something dangerous? Before you judge, you need to hear the good gist of what happened, because the truth, it is deeper than the Niger River. In Umuofia village, tradition was not just law, it was life. For 300 years, through war and through drought, one rule remained. One man, one woman, blessed by the ancestors. If you break this rule, they will show you the way out, no stories. But Amara was different. At 25, she was calculating crop yields faster than the accountant. She had wisdom beyond her years. While others signed with thumbprints, she was reading and writing. Her father, Chief Okonkwo, was a lion. Her mother, Mama Adaize, was the queen of the market. They raised her to think. They raised her to lead. But they never expected her to question this. Because some questions, they can scatter everything. It started at the New Yam Festival. 3 men came to knock on her door, and they were top-notch. Obi, the warrior's son, strong like a mountain. I will be your shield, he said. Chidi, the scholar from the city, speaking big grammar. I will be your teacher, he said. Emeka, the big-time merchant with connections from Lagos to Accra. I will be your wings, he said. The village was waiting. Which one will she pick? The muscle, the brains, or the money? But Amara looked at them and saw pieces of a whole, and then she made her declaration. Before I tell you what she said, ask yourself, if everything was on the line, would you speak your truth, or would you keep quiet and play it safe? The village square went silent, a cold silence. Chief Okonkwo stood up, his face dark like a storm. Amara, are you okay? One woman, one husband, that is our way. Amara stepped forward, her voice cut the air like a sharp cutlass. Papa, elders, people of Umuofia, Obi gives me protection, Chidi gives me wisdom, Emeka gives me freedom. Why must I cut my life into pieces? In the city, men have many wives. Why can a woman not have her own? I am not being selfish. I am asking to be whole. The noise that followed. Impossible. She is mad. This is juju. One elder stood up. Amara, if you follow this path, you are finished. No family, no home. Is this what you want? Amara looked at her parents. She looked at the 3 men. Then I will not marry. I will walk my own path. She walked away. But here's the secret. That night, someone burned her house to the ground, and nobody knows who did it. For 1 year, Amara worked like a machine. Alone. She used her sense to improve the crops. She opened new trade routes. She protected young girls from forced marriages. The village was prospering because of her. But at night, in her compound, the silence was loud. One evening, 3 shadows appeared at her gate. Obi, Chidi, Emeka. They didn't come to argue. They came with a plan no one had ever heard of. 3 husbands, 1 wife, equal partnership. Why did they come back? What changed their minds? And what secret did they promise to keep forever? They made a deal that had never happened in Nigerian history. Obi for security, Chidi for education, Emeka for the money and trade. And Amara, she was the pilot, the head of the house. We love you, Obi said, and we have learned to respect each other enough to share. Amara's eyes filled with tears. But the elders, the village people, will talk. Let them talk, Emeka said. Let them watch us change the world. But there was one condition, a do-or-die clause. If any one of them broke the trust, all four would vanish from the village together. No goodbyes, just gone. What were they so afraid of? Keep that in mind. The news spread like wildfire. A woman with 3 husbands in this Nigeria. Journalists came from Lagos, people came from Abuja. On the wedding day, Amara was dressed in gold and green. Behind her stood her 3 Agbada men. The elders refused to show up, so Mama Adeaze stepped forward. If the old ways won't bless this, we will make new ways. She broke the kola nut, she poured the wine, and for the first time, a woman married 3 men while the village watched in shock. They were waiting for it to fail. They were waiting for the premium tears, because some traditions don't just bend, they break you. It was not happily ever after immediately. Jealousy started creeping in. Obi felt small because of Emeka's money. Chidi felt ignored when Amara was busy. The rumors started. You see, we told you, a woman cannot manage 3 men. Then, the first betrayal. One of the 4 was caught meeting secretly with a village elder. Who was it? Was it a plan to end the marriage? Amara called a meeting. We did not come this far to fall. If we fail together. They made new rules. They learned to love not just Amara, but the brotherhood. But the secret meeting, nobody ever explained it. 3 years in, disaster struck. A heavy drought hit. The land was dry like charcoal. Other villages were fighting over water. Umuofia was not ready, but Amara's house was. Obi organized the guards. Chidi taught new ways to find water. Emeka brought in food from his ships. Amara coordinated everything with the government. While others were starving, Umuofia was eating. The elders looked at Amara. They looked at her 3 husbands, and they finally understood. But wait, the statue doesn't tell you the dark part. The drought wasn't just nature. Someone had poisoned the water in the other villages, and the evidence pointed to Emeka's people. Did he create the problem just so they could be the heroes? Or was he framed? The file was closed. The truth stayed hidden. 5 years later, the village council made a U-turn. They built a statue in the square. Amara and her 3 husbands. The oldest elder said, "We feared change, but Amara showed us that tradition that doesn't move is a dead tradition." Amara stood there with her husbands and their 6 children. One daughter asked, "Mama, will I have 3 husbands too?" Amara smiled. "No, my daughter, you will have whatever you choose. That is the gift we fought for." But that night, Amara was seen burning papers. "The past stays in the past," she said. What was in those papers? The truth about the drought? The identity of the traitor? We will never know. Amara's story went viral, from Nigeria to the world. Today, in Umuofia, the statue is still there. People come from everywhere to lay flowers. Some come for courage, some come for blessings. But I want to ask you, was Amara a hero, or was she just playing a very clever game? Did she break tradition to be free, or to be powerful? And those secrets she burnt, what if they changed everything? This is the story of Amara, the woman who chose 3. What would you have done in her shoes? Drop your comment below. Let's talk about it. The end, or is it? Don't be like the people of Umuofia who wait for 5 years to see the truth. Oh yeah, hit that subscribe button now and turn on the notification bell. Why must you watch alone when we can gossip? Analyze these mysteries together.